I'm Duncan Green. Welcome to Gym Hacks, your daily 10-minute dose of tips, techniques and innovations to make your fitness club stand out, more fun to run and more profitable. 600 seconds of takeaways that will make a difference. Our aim is to provide the very best free content on the web for you gym owners and operators. If you like our content, register for our free 6-week Exponential Growth Formula program. We're helping fitness club professionals generate the maximum revenues possible. Register below to enroll on the next program, which starts on the 1st of next month. Once you've registered, we'll send you the logins automatically. Also, check out our unique implementation service. This is a 100% done-for-you program of effective fitness club marketing, and it's supported by the strongest guarantees anywhere in our sector. Click below for details on this incredible service. But right now, let's get back to today's gym hack. To kick off, what I'd like to just re-look at are the 4 killers of membership. The first thing is, the first reason that people leave your club is they outgrow your club services. Now, this isn't the main reason they leave, but some people do outgrow your club services. They become, overly fit. They become too fit. They want something else. They might gravitate to a CrossFit gym, or they may require a high level of services, but they're going. The second thing, much more commonplace, is the breakdown in service levels. For some reason, something happens which really offends your members and they leave. Equally powerful are changes in usage frequency. That is, customers are very stable while their pattern of use is almost ritual. They always go Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. And while they're training regularly, all the evidence says they will keep paying. But the minute that frequency changes, then there's frustration and people leave. And there are various times in the year when that usage frequency is likely to come under pressure. And they are Christmas, when people, for whatever reason, are not likely to be using your gym, maybe out of town, or they just are taking on more calories and doing more. Their lifestyle is slightly out of kilter than it normally is. That affects usage frequency. That has an extraordinary effect on attrition. And holidays. Going on holiday in the summer, that has proven to be a really significant area of high levels of attrition. And then the final member killer, and really one that is perhaps the saddest thing to report, is the failure to achieve the promised or expected result. Whichever of those 4 your customer falls into, there's stuff you can do about it. One of the things that we would recommend that you do, and you make sure you build into your system, is that you pre-agree at the point they join your club that in the event that they leave the club, they have to go through an exit interview. By pre-setting this as an agreement, you increase your chances of it happening. And if you can sit down with a member or get into a conversation with a member who's terminated in an exit interview, there is every chance you have of recovering that customer. Pre-agree it can be ideally a face-to-face, invite them to the club, carry out an interview. Is there anything that we could have done to make your experience more positive? Is there anything we can do to keep you? Failing that, then obviously the second option is a Zoom call. Third option is a telephone call. And the final option is really an exit questionnaire or exit interview by email or text. Now, that's retrospectively. Can we be innovative and think, right, how can we head off or be alerted to an early warning system that things are not good. And I think what we'd recommend is that you put up some sort of member feedback system in various points of your club so that the things that annoy customers the most, cleanliness, efficiency, i.e. things not working, things not running on time, things being cancelled unnecessarily, that they can report their frustrations easily and you can understand and hear about those problems as quickly as possible. So build yourself a member feedback system and use the QR code technology in order to make it happen. And in our one that we build for our clients, there's a QR code banner. That banner is put in 3 or 4 critical places inside the fitness club around the main traffic areas. That QR code drives them to a feedback hub where there is a Google form response. The customer fills in online the issue, that immediately comes back to you, the club manager or your appointed representative, and also the customer is given the opportunity to not just email it, but they can also leave a voice message if they don't want to go to the trouble of writing things down. You can send a voice to email, it's built in, and again, you then find out about the problems. And often, if a customer's issue is dealt with well, that can almost enhance their experience. They can go from a position where they were really frustrated with the way the club was being run to a point of elation where, by the seriousness with which you took the issue and solved it efficiently, so you've enhanced your standing with that member and you've increased the glue between you. So make sure you build some sort of early warning system. Now, most members, if they're going to fall out of love with the exercise program, not getting the results, get bored, usage, they need to know how they can be reactivated. And the easiest way is to make sure that you have the facilities for a member to book a reprogram session. To make that come alive, you need to be able to reinforce the message, reinforce the opportunity for that customer to be able to book a reprogram session by making sure that your communication with your members is frequent, comprehensive, up to date, and it's easy for them to use. So that as long as they know that where they can go to book a reprogram, then a large proportion of the people who will otherwise leave will stay with you, because they know that when they reach that point that they're bored of the program, it's no longer working, that they can seek help. The other way of doing it is to create a reactivation insurance scheme where your customers sign up again at the point of sale to a course of activity that will kick in the event that they don't train for 30 days or 21 days or whatever your qualification period is. And there may be different programs depending on different amounts of money and your reactivation. So a bronze one could be a supervised training session and a support by email or phone. And it's triggered by 1 month of gym inactivity. And that could cost, let's say, £50. Or perhaps you may put that on their membership at, say, £5 a month addition. The silver one could be a little bit more comprehensive and advanced. It might have 3 prepaid supervised training sessions. Now that might come in at, say, £10 addition on their membership. And then finally, your gold option. And again, this good, better, best idea we use all the way through this whole marginal gains, exponential growth formula. Wherever you've got a product, offer 3 types of product: good, better, and best. And what the best option does is anchor a price that makes the other 2 look good, make even better value. So think about that. You have a proactive method of reactivation by allowing people to report faults and issues that they've got. That you create proactively reactivation insurance. So that's customer recovery. The next area I'd like you to look at is renewal. In renewals, you must have a process that takes people all the way to rejoining if they're on a lump sum annual payment. Now, you need to set yourself a target And we would recommend that you should expect 60% renewal rates on all your paid in full members, 60% or better. If you're not getting 60%, it's because the service is not strong enough and people are going to other places rather than renewing with you. And in order to get those 60% renewal rates, you need to create a process which starts well before the renewal date. And we recommend that you have this 4-month lead-in. Takes you from month 10 to month 13, 1 month into the new year for the member. So the first contact, and hopefully there should be communication throughout the year, but we all know how busy you become, and sometimes that's not always possible. So month 10 as a minimum, you should send out your initial renewal offer, and it should be very, very compelling. And you need to build out, there needs to be an incentive for customers to sign up to their next membership earlier. And that media, that communication needs to be by telephone, letter, email, presentation. Use all 4 ways to communicate with your existing members who are coming up for renewal in month 10. The offers that you can run in order to get them, well, they're all manner, but here's the main themes of them. You could use price reduction. So the greater the age of the member, so the price could be reduced accordingly, if that's the way you want to go. You could have a price for life opportunity, so that once they've locked in, they locked in all the time. But I think a price reduction gives you more flexibility. You could have gift card promotions for everybody who renews. If they renew in month 10, not only will they get their 10% reduction on their current rate, but we'll also give them £100 of gift cards that can be used against our fitness services or for your friends to be able to come into club. You may offer either free or discounted coaching bundles wrapped up in their next opportunity. You could use vouchers or a value of voucher as an incentive. There could be guest passes or privilege. If they renew, they could get an enhanced booking privilege on their next year's membership. And then you can look at merchandise, or you could look at packages of all of these things wrapped up in one super pack to get people to renew very early on. Month 11, again, go back to them, repeat. Bonus stack, not as good as month 10, but still very good. Renew now, and here are your special early bird bonuses. And then month 12, renewal offer, they're coming up to the end of their term. Their next bonus stack, if they haven't signed to the month 11 one, then reduce it down to month 12, or you could enhance it if you're below the target 60%. Hopefully you're getting the numbers that you want. If you don't, then obviously in month 13, you need to move into this whole exit, interview and recovery. And your recovery offers need to be very aggressive in order to change the minds of your customer. We talked about the importance of exit interview. It almost doesn't matter what you give in your recovery offer in month 13, you just must get them back into club. So even if it's a free period, 1 month, 6 weeks, completely free, whether you stack it full of service and offer some sort of support, it almost doesn't matter. If you don't do anything, you have lost all that money. If you do something, you might get some of it back. So you really have got to try very hard and be very aggressive about recovering your member once they go. And once they go for any length of time, then you need to run your campaigns specifically and only for ex-members. Now, Facebook make that possible. If you give a database of ex-members to Facebook, they will only show those group of people the offers that you want. So you can have 2 tiers of membership, one for your prospects who've never joined the club before, and one for your members, your ex-members who you're trying to re-engage with. Use remarketing promotions in order to make that happen too. Once you've attracted the attention of your customer back to your website, use your retargeting ad to take them off to your offer of choice. Thanks ever so much for listening. See you next time.